Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Aqua Topaz and thank you so much for joining me. Today I am going to be unboxing and giving a short little review of the Erin Condren Winter 2022 surprise box. I did actually recently get this as part of the Black Friday sale. I do not believe it was specifically discounted, but it is definitely after essentially all of the boxes more or less have been shipped and there have been some reviews out there. So I had watched a review, thought it was really neat on a couple of the items, so I decided to pick it up for myself. So we'll go ahead and we'll take a look and jump into it here. So we are starting with the gorgeous outside box, which has a bunch of snowflakes on it, and the box itself is reversible. Bear with me here for one moment and we'll take a look at the lid here. And this is something that Erin Condren does on occasion. They have often winter surprise boxes, summer surprise boxes, different things like that. But on the interior here, it is metallic, and it does say, "The joy of brightening others' lives becomes the magic of the season," which is honestly a very nice and gorgeous quote. So starting off here, we have our blue tissue paper. And we have our product card. So with this box, you had the option to pick between a couple of covers. So the background cover and white writing, not the specific phrase, was one of the options. And I opted for the snowflake cover that is kind of like the box, which we'll see in a bit here. Let's see if I can kind of give you a close-up view of what this is. So those were the two covers that you can pick, and the writing on it was, "Believe something wonderful is about to happen." So that's the white writing, and you had the nice trees with the sort of sunset starry background. And if you want to take a look at all of the items that are in the box, prices, things like that, please go ahead and pause to read. And there's also a $20 off code that I did remove from the box, but that is good actually from December 1st until I believe the 31st. So if you happen to come upon this review and they do still happen to have some in the shop, then, definitely go pick it up if you feel like that's for you. So jumping right into this here, the product card does say, "This season's box was curated to inspire you to head into the new year with fresh perspective, filled with gratitude for what you've already accomplished and inspiration for what you want to achieve in the coming 12 months. We hand-selected tools to help you prioritize and intentionally set goals, while also providing small ways to celebrate the magic of the holiday season with friends and family." So honestly, this, after seeing some of the reviews, are items that I feel like I could really definitely use. This year's been a little tough for me, and I haven't been really planning much. So getting a new perspective on some of the goals and things like that is definitely something I'm looking forward to for sure. So starting off here, we have the Starry Sky Metallic Click Pen Duo. This is an exclusive, and these would retail for $8.50. So I'm assuming here, I want to show you the back of the paper right there. Honestly, I am loving this sort of starry metallic blue theme. So opening up these pens, this is actually a metallic gold ink. Ooh, and a metallic cobalt. Ooh, I am absolutely in love. So it keeps on with that starry sky. I'm assuming this is the gold metallic here. Oh, weird. Oh, I was like, why is it red on the end? Because it's probably to protect the gel, I would assume. I don't know if I need to peel this off or it'll come off when I start writing. Well, I decided to peel it off. We'll see what happens. So we'll do that. And the blue pen also has that as well. So it's just these little red caps on the end there. You can see I've already got some of the blue on my nail, but that's okay. Where would be a good spot to write? I guess we will do it here on the inside of this card. So bear in mind that this paper probably isn't the best option for this to stick, so we will see. Actually, it's not too bad. So that is the gold, the metallic gold ink. Honestly, I really like it a lot. I feel like it wrote very, very nicely. It feels sort of like a fine pen when writing, but it more is a medium, I would say, which honestly I really, really love. Definitely I'm going to keep these in my toolbox, and I'm liking these, or I should say I'm liking that pen so far a lot better than I thought I might. And moving on to our cobalt pen here. The paper wants to fall down, but let's see if it'll stay. Maybe not. So far I will say that the gold is smoother than the blue, but potentially with some more writing over time, it will get a little bit different. But yeah, I'm very, very surprised at how much I actually like these a lot. Would I have paid $8.50 for them? Potentially. Not 100% sure. I'm kind of on the fence. Maybe a little bit less, but definitely not more than $8.50. So definitely liking those a lot. See if I can get the paper to cooperate here. Next up, we have a sticker sheet. So this is the Sticker Sheet Duo. It's an exclusive to the box. It retails for $6.50. So I really like the colors that they've provided with us here. And also, let's see, all of these look like they are gold foil. And meeting stickers, weekend stickers, important stickers, basically things to put into your planner. I believe there is a second different sheet behind here, so I'm just gonna pull that out. Oh, yes, it is. So this is silver. Oh, this is gorgeous. Silver snowflakes. And again, that sort of starry sky theme that we're going with here, and that gorgeous script font that I absolutely love. So I'm very happy with, honestly, both of these. These are really, really gorgeous. I would pay $6.50 for these. Again, if I could get them on sale, I would. But yeah, very happy with those as well. And coming up next, we have, it is a pad, it looks like. So this is the Snowflake's weekly goal setting notepad. So it is 6 by 8.5, and it's an exclusive to the box and $10. So it is a undated pad that kind of has some of our snowflake theme as well. So it is basically, it looks like a weekly goal setting notepad as it outlined. So you have your Monday through Saturday, and you also have a goal list here as well, and probably you could do like a doodle or write a quote or something like that. Oh, and it has goals at the top, which is actually really, really nice. Will I end up using this notebook a lot? Probably not. I'm not sure. I may either gift this or, maybe I'll use it. I'm not 100% sure. I had bought some other goal type notebooks and things like that, so that's why I feel like I wouldn't necessarily use this. Or actually, this might not be a bad work tool, because I could kind of lay out what my goals are and then break them off into the dates, or if I have meetings during the week and things like that, that might work out good for that. So, okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. Let's see what's next. All right, here we go. So here is our cover options. So you could pick either the Believe Something Wonderful, the A7 by 9, or the A5, and that one is the both of these are exclusive to the box, and they both retail for $8.50. So as I mentioned, it's these covers right here. As you can see, I opted for the snowflakes. So this is snowflakes. You could either get in the 7 by 9, or you could get it as the A5 size, which I appreciate. I'm realizing I'm not 100% sure if all the covers come with the center dots like that. I feel like they don't. I don't know if I have an extra cover sitting next to me here. Let me see. I might be able to grab one. Okay, so this was from the Winter 2021 box, and no, so interestingly enough, this one had those punched out, but the snowflakes one doesn't. So I'm kind of not really pleased with that, but you know, that's not too hard to fix. Basically, you just have to pop them all out. So okay, I'll take it. Not 100% sure when I'm going to be using this next, just because I don't have an immediate A5 planner that I'm going to be using for the next year, at least not currently. But it's definitely something that I like to have in my back pocket. So if I did want to change something, I do have a couple of notebooks, A5 notebooks that I could probably use this on. So I, you know, like the pattern, nice and wintry. I don't think I have a winter pattern yet. No, I have a fall one. I have a basic one. So no, that's a nice one. I'll take it. And diving back into here, this is the Starry Sky Compact Vegan Leather Folio. This isn't exclusive to the box, and it is $28 that it's retailing for. So this looks like it has that nice starry pattern all around in gold. It is kind of, it's hard to tell. I would say it's a gray, but it's a warmer gray. It's almost like a gray green, it looks like to me personally. And it is a zipper all the way around. So let's see here. Oh, okay. So on the side, we have a nice little pouch here, and also a nice little pouch there as well. Oh, and on the inside here, we have you already have what it takes, our big picture planner, which is a petite planner, and it's an exclusive to the box. It would retail for $14.50, which is basically how much the petite planner system is for each of the different planner notebooks. So we'll get to this in a second. I see that they did put this in here sort of tucked in, but it is honestly way too big for this. So I'm not quite sure why they specifically, you know, put this in here. I guess maybe if so it was protected, I'm not sure, but I personally would not keep this in here because it just doesn't fit. It has another slide here too, and it does have a spot for a pen. It was wrapped, and it did actually say, I believe, oh, it's on the card here. It does actually say that it's a perfect fit for this guy here. So I don't understand why they just didn't put this in here because that's actually what fits for it. Or I believe probably, if I have it here, which I don't believe I do. No, I don't have a notebook available, but I would assume that the A5 size notebook would fit in here as well. So it's a nice option to be able to put some items in and definitely keep that nice and safe. And honestly, again, with that finish and the gold stars, it's absolutely gorgeous. So not something I would particularly buy just for myself because I don't see a good use for it. Again, maybe for a work notebook, keep that sort of a little bit professional and kind of nice there. So that's probably what I'm going to end up using it for. So that is our vegan leather folio. I apologize. I have bumped the mic a couple of times there. And yeah, so that's that. And then jumping into our petite planner that we received. So this is the big picture planner. Like I said, it's an exclusive. It's $14.50. Again, has our nice, gorgeous stars in there. I don't love that there's already some sort of like scratches on here. Not really loving that. You can kind of see it right there, but it is what it is. It's fine. You already have what it takes, a big picture planner. A zoom out to zoom in. That's very interesting. I don't know if it comes across on camera very well, but there is sort of a subtle kind of gradient as well. So kind of that night sky reminiscent. Oh, I love those stickers. Oh, I love those colors. I like some muted colors and stuff like that. So honestly, this is perfect. This is perfect colors for me. I love it so much. And that gorgeous script. It looks, in some respects, I know it looks a little weird to have like basic text and then the script, but I kind of like it. It works. it works. So let's see what it has here. So that's the nice thing about usually their journals or petite planners or things like that. Oh, these pages at the bottom are connected here. Okay, I'm going to not rip that, but basically on the inside here, this is the directions on how to use that. Honestly, this is probably a manufacturing glitch. That is not cool, though. I don't appreciate that. It'll be an easy fix. I don't want to do it right here on camera because I'm going to be careful about opening that page up. I mean, honestly, in the end, it's just it's just some directions, so I can probably figure it out or something like that. And also just a nice little end page here. I think it says big journeys start with small steps, I would assume. And then it looks like here it's checking in on how the past year went, and you do a little bit of journaling prompts, and then you set up your vision. Uh-oh, these pages are stuck as well. That's really unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. But honestly, things happen. I'm not going to fault them. For all of the products that I've received that are 100% perfect, you know, sometimes there's small glitches like that. Anyway, so here's a spread that is what I believe probably there is going to be 12 months would be my guess in here, and those sticker colors then go ahead and match those. So you write down what your intentions are, what your goals are, different things like that, probably a checklist on what you want to do, sort of your landing page, and then you have journaling pages that are in between to the next month, and it looks like each month then has a color, which I'm assuming at the 6-month mark then it repeats. So this is our 3rd month, our 4th month. I'm going to quickly go through this just to give you, you know, some brief ideas on what the colors look like. 5th month. So far, thankfully, it just looks like those 2 page sections are stuck together. 6th month. 7th month. Yeah, we're starting to repeat now. So 8, 9, just double checking that there's 12 in here. 10, 11, and 12. Yeah. Oh, we got some more stuck pages here. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of doctoring on this. Is there any... Yeah, these back ones are stuck too. I was going to say, oh, there is. So there is a looking back section and a celebrating your progress. Oh, that's really nice. So kind of taking a look at what the little wins are, what worked, what didn't work. So definitely looking forward to trying this out. I got a petite planner, essentially like yearly planner kind of, that also talks about goals and things like that. I picked that up in one of the other sales, so if anyone's interested, I can kind of do a side-by-side of the big picture planner and kind of what that one is to see what the same and differences are. Granted, this one is an exclusive to the box, and the other your journal essentially is something you can buy individually, so that might be something to think about there. And honestly, I got this box because I was kind of interested in this a little bit, and also the folio looked really nice. And actually, I'm realizing I think I'm missing, I forgot one other item that should be in here. Aha, there we go. But yeah, so this is kind of what I really liked about it, and the folio, and potentially getting another set of covers, which is great. And the $20 off, honestly, is fantastic. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, the box retailed for $40, I think it was. And then if you're getting $20 back, you know, that you can use for the future, that's honestly no harm, no foul. So I figured, why not grab it and go from there. And certainly last but not least, which I almost did forget about, we have some highlighter sticky note tabs, which are exclusive, and $5.50. So I'm realizing, looking at this box here, all of these items are considered exclusive. So I believe this means that they are basically just in this box, and they will not be releasing anything out like this, at least for the time being. as opposed to boxes in the past. If you potentially have seen my review of the winter 2021 box that may or may not be going up before this one, that one did have some that were exclusive and some that were basically released to the public later on. So that's really interesting that this one in specific is just all exclusives. So let's see here. So these are highlighter sticky note tabs. So that's really strange to me. So I guess in some respects, it's a really thin tab. So tabs like this, personally, I would use to stick out of books as like a marker, like a page marker. But because it's considered a highlighter tab, let's see here. I think, yeah, they're a little bit opaque. So essentially, it is kind of like a removable and reusable highlighter piece, which that's kind of nice. I don't necessarily see myself using these much, but you know, it's definitely something nice to have on hand. And on occasion, sometimes you need like regular book flags, and or let's say I'm reading a regular book and I want to highlight a section, but I don't want to actually mark up the page. That'll be really handy and useful. So that concludes everything for the box. You know, petite planner, the highlighter pages, or flags, I should say. The 2 pens, these honestly were very surprising to me. I honestly like these a lot more than I thought that I would. Did not realize coming into it that they were metallic colors. I honestly thought they were going to be black, but that honestly is a really nice additive to my set of items, and I'm definitely going to be using those a lot more in the future. We have the covers, which I will take, and we have the notebook. Like I mentioned, I may or may not be gifting this and or potentially bringing this to work. So not necessarily something that I would use all the time, but I'll take it. And we have our stickers, which honestly, these are gorgeous. I love these colors. I really like these. I wish they would actually release these and have more of these. And we also have our vegan leather folio. So that concludes everything for the winter 2022 box. Like I mentioned, there was a $20 off code that I did take out of the box because that is exclusive to me, but that was something that was in the box as well. And I would say if any of this interests you, I would definitely look into it and grab it if they still have it, because you can't go wrong with a box that you get $20 off for some other purchases. You're definitely going to be probably buying some more stuff between December and January, so it's worth a shot. And yeah, that is everything for the box. If you would like to see some more reviews on Erin Condren products, planning, organizing, different things like that, I'm Aqua Topaz. So hopefully everybody has a good rest of their nights, evenings, mornings, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for joining me. If you'd like to leave me any comments down below, please do so. Like and subscribe, and I will see everybody later. Bye!